And that's segueing me now into what I really wanted to talk about. Because I don't get triggered by these so-called television events at all. What I do, I let the smoke clear with the talking heads, and I don't let that sway my opinion one bit. I automatically don't believe first anything I see on TV. Automatic. What I do believe is the laws that's passed because of it. Because that's what affects us. Not what we see on TV affects us. That will not get me emotionally triggered. What laws are they looking to put in place because of it is my focus. So I let the smoke clears when it comes to all this, the yellow tape and people running and all. Nah, yeah, okay. You can just turn off the volume and just change characters for all these events. The same thing. Yeah, okay. Sandy, okay. Is that the okay. I don't want to see it. You might as well use the same footage you used for that event. Who cares? It may be the same footage. Who cares? Right. I need to know what laws are being passed in that specific state that will take away the laws within that particular state. We have to look at it from a political angle and not an emotional triggered angle. Because being emotionally triggered into what they're showing you is you being in an agreement with it and saying, well, it's okay that I give up a few of my rights to keep me safe. No, I'm going to exercise my right that you claim I have, that I pay taxes for, to keep myself safe. Government was never in place to keep us safe. Are you kidding me? No, that's not a government's job. The government's job is to make sure the roads are paved right. I pay my taxes to be able to roll my car on a road without potholes. And you're doing a bad job with that. We just need you to pass laws that allow me to execute or operate righteously in the freedom that agrees with my Bible. You don't never pay. Who pays government to keep them safe? What? Al Qaeda's at the border? Okay. But if that's not the case, no. Disarming someone isn't keeping them safe, folks. Because why? The criminals don't get licenses for protection. So what you're doing is you're making the righteous victims to the criminals who will have guns, and then real events will go on, like what's going on in our communities right now. So I'm saying, folks, do not get emotionally triggered with these events. If there's something coming up, if you see a shooting or something that you read about, make sure you transition beyond the emotional triggers. Don't even look at the pictures of the guy or none of the manifesto. Don't listen to the talking heads. Go and see what gun law that's actually, folks, up for voting in that particular state. And you'll understand the reason why it's all happening. What that means for the people in that state, if you believe it happened. What laws are in place that will now take away your rights while you still have them? Okay? This is the knowledge you need to know. Because there's a certain point in these prophecies, these entire prophecies, that's going to lead to our people leaving. And here's another thing. Someone just sent me, I don't know if you sent me or another person sent me, an article not too long ago saying that there's a phenomenon going on in America. There's more black people traveling on the outside of America than at any time in history. So how would you know that if you weren't watching and examining the traveling of black people? I've never seen an article, man, there's more American Chinese people traveling all over the earth. This is inordinate. And it needs to be really examined why more Chinese people are traveling outside of America. I've never heard this for white people. All the time, even in school and other times, I hear, white people saying, yeah, I just came from a trip from over Europe, and it's normal conversation. Europe was a place on the map for me growing up. Right? That's like you going into the stars. Back then, I believe the moon, the moon landing was true. Going to Europe was like you going to the moon when I was in the 6th grade. Right? So here it is. Right? Folks, I'm going to tell you right now. Our awakening, the Most High doing his part in this prophecy, like promised, has every eye on the children of Israel. Every eye. Because now we've made it to the point of not blaming other people anymore. We've made it to the point where it's not even about them. What can we do for the prize that was promised and change ourselves is this phase. This is the phase they were afraid of. They would rather we deal on the trigger level of black-white argument. No, what can we do to change our condition instead of pointing to someone else as the blame for it?
But you can't stop us, the truth is rising.